Good morning, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall, if there was a clock on the wall, would be around 7:30. No video last night, internet problems again. I'm at the Lake Hotel in Killarney, and the same problem as last week. Tried everything but failed. So I don't know what the hell. It came up on my phone all right. And actually I'm not on Wi-Fi now. I must do that when I'm uploading this. We went to the show last night and we left at half time. There was a couple of the kids getting, I have 4 adults and 5 kids, 2 different families. I forgot to say that, they're from Pearl River in New York. One of the ladies originally was from, I think, kind of San Jose, California, and she moved work. I think she's a dentist. So we were out at the traps late. I was up early yesterday morning, but she was, it was 9:45 we leave in the River Lee. I noticed the saddle on the Yanks from the long hours as well, €26 for a breakfast in the River Lee. I don't have to pay for mine, is paid for, bed and breakfast is paid. But if you walked in off the street, that's what you would be charged. Extortion, I would call it. It's not too long when you go to breakfast for less than a tenner. We went to the usual route I do take Glengareth, and we stopped at Molly Gallivan's. They bought a lot of stuff there. They bought, there's poaching for sale, illicit alcohol, in small bottles, and it's on the shelf, even though it's supposed to be illegal to make it. A tenner a little bottle. I think they must get 12 or 14 bottles, and a heap of clothes. So they were delighted. I had a tea and a scone with the owners. They're lovely people. I'd highly recommend anyone to call into that little shop if you're passing near Kinmare. Stopped at Kinmare, they had the dinner, and then we done the usual few routes or stops on Muckross Road and Chalk Waterfall or whatever. So we checked in and went to the show then last night. So back early enough, just teeming rain, but the storm didn't come. They frightened the shite and people, like saying about this storm keep indoors from 10 a.m. last night till 10 this morning. Bit of wind during the night, that was about it. Didn't hardly wake me, I woke myself. We made a few pounds sort of yesterday, and it could have been better. The 2 in Epsom, 1 Snug, they were well punted. We didn't get the original opening price on Lord Melbourne. That opened up a 7-2 shot. He was always going to win from where he was positioned. I thought, I seen that race and I missed Ragman's Corner. I was just coming through Mall's Gap, and I was listening to her on the phone, and the internet went, and then I just seen the results. So I figured he must have fallen, but he didn't. I didn't get a chance to look back at the race after. And Mordor, I thought would... when you look at it, it was a stick out between the two of them, I suppose. And we tipped up the winner in the Boodles, and then we didn't go for it in when it won in in Punchestown. And it beat us again last night. I thought that had confirmed the form from the last time. Anyway, I better rattle on and get this into the oven. Today, we go back to the boys in blue. He's Sabine Sarur. He's 4 for 10 in the last 21 days. That's 40%. He has 1 horse running today in the 4 o'clock at Ripon called Rayat. It's a 4-1 shot. It only started sprinting 2 runs back. It was at a mile and a quarter. And they brought it back and they won at Nottingham. And he went out in front and sort of done it the hard way. Time wasn't great, I think it was about 1:14. Then he ran in York the last day, but although he was 8th, he was only beaten a couple of lengths. He might have the class to get out in front there today. Charlie Bennett in the saddle, and there's a 5 furlong race at the 6:45 at Bellewstown. A horse that won at the track before for the Hassets. Harry's Hill tapped it up a couple of runs ago. I think it was in Cork, but it needs to break well, and if it does, it's 30-2 in each way shot. The favourite is a 3-year-old. trained by Paddy Toomey, Air Force One, I think, is it? It's a 3-to-1 shot, but it's drawn in 12. So if it got out, it's hard to win from trap 12 unless you get out fast. So it's a bit risky at a 3-to-1 shot. So I thought it was a safer play at 13-2. And then there's a horse running the 7:45, a horse we backed in Galway, who got off to a bad start and tipped along nicely then to finish, I think, about 7th. Reina Del Mar for Joseph O'Brien. Used to be with Ed Walker in England. It had a good run on heavy ground at a mile 6 last year in, I think it was Nottingham, to Divine Comedy. It's a decent enough run, 2 runs back to the 1.5 miles and stayed on at the Curragh, sort of 5th, plodding along. There was money for it overnight, I think. It was 6s last night, I had it down as an each way bet, but it's gone 3-to-1 favourite now, so that's no harm. It's a sign the handbrake will be off and that they're trying. The danger is the horse that won second in Galway for the Durkins. It's gone out of my head. I'll put up maybe to do a small reverse forecast with it. Anyway, I'll get this into the oven. We're heading for Galway. We're going, I'll probably feed the ducks first and head for Galway. I had it down on the itinerary. On your way, call to Dingle. Dingle is an hour and 20 minutes from here, and I have a Sprinter, so I can only do 60 miles an hour max in it. Well, you wouldn't get 60 on that road it's not a great road, it's bumpy and it's narrow. So I told them if we went to Dingle, it'll be over 3 hours then to Galway. It's actually 3.5 if you go from Dingle to Limerick back to Galway. And that the Cliffs of Moher then booked for tomorrow. We're staying in Limerick tomorrow night and they're flying out of Shannon the next day. So I suggested we change it and we go today, do the Cliffs of Moher today, get to Galway sort of around the afternoon, and then tomorrow can tour around Galway, and then there's only an hour on the motorway back to, they want to get to Bunratty Castle, so I'll have to be there by 4 o'clock tomorrow. So it'll make up for a better tour for them if we can get that done. Anyway, bash the bookies, over and out.